I've seen it and I've experienced it. Other people will absolutely sabotage you, manipulate you, and drive you absolutely crazy when it comes to the care and the concern that they say that they have. See, my son, I'm not going to be all lovey-dovey on him. I'm not going to say I love you so much and kiss all over him. I'm not going to buy him all those toys because he's not going to remember all that. But what I am going to do is give him my time and my loyalty, because my time and my presence is going to be what he remembers. My time and my presence are a part of my action. Action speaks louder than words. You've heard it before. Now let me explain what it really means. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Just remember you're special. Feeling hopeless and alone, just remember there's always God there to be there to help you. Put in effort, make mistakes. No one on this earth is perfect. Trials and tribulations both in life are guaranteed, but in the end it's all worth it. I'm hoping and I'm praying this is something relatable and the words are beneficial when someone out there can understand what I'm saying. Mind, muscle, motivation. Let's stop playing. Share it with the nation. What they do though? I know what time it is. If you don't know what time it is mind, muscle, spirit, motivation. Thank you for giving me a moment of your time. If you came across this channel, sit back, relax, dive into my perspective, into my wisdom, and let it cause you to apply it to your life. If what I say is what you like. Check this out. You've heard it before. You're probably going to hear it for the remainder of your life. Actions speak louder than words. And you've heard it, but I wanna dive into it to really explain what I think it means and my personal experience and why I believe what I'm now going to explain and say. Listen, in the 32 years of my life, when it comes to actions speak louder than words, this is just my thing. I've already explained when it comes to the children aspect of it in the intro. Now, in the adulthood and the adult years that I've had, I just want to know, why do we as people, why do we act like we care so much after the fact? And by that I mean, say a person had to do something that you could have prevented. Hold on. All right. Lord have mercy. Look, I'm just gonna try to think of something. Say you were riding your bike and they were supposed to, say you were riding your bike out of town, maybe 5-6 miles, and there was a storm coming, but you thought you could beat it. And say you had a friend, your mom, your dad, brother, sister, whoever it may be, they were supposed to meet up with you in their truck to pick you up because you called them in an hour in advance just because you saw that the storm was approaching you, right? And they didn't come at all. Say something happened or you just made it home before them, but you're drenched and you're soaking wet from that same storm that they were supposed to keep you from. Okay, you getting wet, you getting in that storm, yeah, it's your fault for trying to do it in the first place. But that's beside the fact. You had somebody who said they were going to pick you up, right? Okay, you took them for their word. You trusted them. They broke that trust. They want to scold you. They want to scold you and call you all these different names because you were in a storm that you could have, and it was a bad storm, right? Let's say it was a bad storm. And it was a really bad storm that you could have really got hurt and injured. They didn't make it in time, but they want to scold you. They want to call you all different kinds of names. And they want to just really say you need to start staying at home. I don't know why you do it. You know what happens, when people want to talk about you. But if that were me and I'm listening to them, right? In my mind, I'm just going to say, you act like you're so worried and concerned. Why didn't you drop everything you were doing to get me? Why, after the fact, you're going to sit there, come to the house and see if I'm okay, and act like you're so uptight. Like, come on, get over yourself. That's what I want to know. Because I know that some people, when they say they care, they really do care, okay? And maybe they were worried about you, the whole entire time. But I'm just saying, like, if you know you can make it to a person and you can help them, if you have that much care and concern while you're doing all this talking, all this cursing, all this name calling, why didn't you just stop what you were doing to pick my ass up in the first place? Like all this name calling, all this scolding, and all this, I mean, that's just unnecessary. So my problem is, okay, the fact of the matter is it's done. Okay, I'm already at home. The storm is over. I was already in it. But why all this name calling? Why all this extra drama? Why all the dramatics? So I'm just saying, like, instead of doing all that we as people love to do, I guess to make ourselves a victim and to validate whatever we have in our mind to make us the victim. I mean, I'm just saying, why do that? Why? I mean, just apologize and let it be over. So my problem is when it comes to actions speak louder than words, why are you going to be so uptight after the fact? Because that's my personal experience when it comes to stuff like that. Did I have to experience that personally? Not so much. I mean, I was in the storm, but I didn't call anybody to come pick me up. A friend and myself, we were bike riding. We saw the storm coming. We literally saw the storm coming, all the wind in a field, and we were trying to beat it, but of course we didn't. And we had cars going by. I literally remember a young female in the car with her mom pointing at pointing at us while laughing because we were drenched and we were in this lightning and thunder and heavy wind, and I don't regret it at all. But I just don't understand that. Why do we as people have to? I mean, why do we have to do that? Why do we have to give all the dramatics? I mean, are we trying to manipulate? Are we trying to sabotage somebody? Because a person knows when you really care for them. We know when we're cared for, and we know who to go to be cared for. So I just don't get why all the dramatics after the fact. And that's why I say actions speak louder than words, because I want that shit to stop. I need it to stop, because we should be men and women of our word. And if we know we can't make it to somebody, well, they're just shit out of luck. And if we know that we're not able to make it, just don't say you're going to come. We make our own decisions, and if we put ourselves in harmful situations, that's all on us. Just like I didn't call anybody to pick my friend and myself up, because that was all on us. Now I'm trying to remember correctly. I did get home before him, and I'm trying to remember, did I pick him up? But I know for a fact that I said that I was going to get home and I was going to pick him up. So I'm pretty sure I did. But that's the best example that I have. But when I say people will manipulate you, because if you're young, this is probably mainly to you. But if you're my age, I mean, godly, if you're 21 and up, if you haven't experienced it, I'm sure you see it. But people love to care when something is in it for them, and I used to think that that was how it went. But now that I'm older, and now that I've experienced, and now that I watch and I see, if you are always looking to get something from caring for somebody, you're not really caring for them. I don't know what that is. But that's when I say manipulate. That's when I say sabotage. That's when I say drive you crazy. Because the simple fact that they want something in return, you're going to be the exact same way. So your true care and concern it has its limits. And from my understanding, when you care and you have true care and concern towards somebody, you're not looking to get anything in return. And that's why I also say that people who give without needing it in return, and it doesn't have to be money, just time. When you give your time to somebody, that's when you really know your place with somebody. And my time is precious, but I always have it when it comes to other people, and it hasn't ever really been reciprocated in my life. But I think time is the true test of somebody's actions and their words, because if they can give you their time, I think that's when they value you. That's when they see you as somewhat of a priority. Because, I mean, come on, in 24 hours, that's a lot of time. And it is juxtaposed when it comes to everything else. Listen, now that I am a parent, if I see people buying my son stuff, well, yeah, it's cool. It's cool for him. But I see bad written all over it, because for me, it just spoils him, and I have to pay for it. And I see how easy it is just to, have $20 and just buy somebody something. Anybody, it doesn't have to only be my son. But I see how much manipulation can be done when it comes to buying stuff. In relationships, you can buy your significant other damn near anything that they want. But when they come home and you're on your phone or you're watching a television show, like, who gives a damn if they bought you something? Anybody can buy you the exact same thing that they bought you. So when they say they love you and they buy you stuff, are you really going to be a person who believes it? Hell, I used to believe it. But it's a question that I'm asking you, whoever's watching this, because I now know the truth. And I hope and pray that you can now consider this as the truth. Think about it. You have a friend, you're in a relationship, whatever it may be, and they buy you stuff pretty consistency, regularly on your birthday or even during holidays. Are you really going to mistake that as care and concern, and as somebody who says they love you? That type of action, are you really going to mistake that for love? It's easy. I'm telling you, I used to be the exact same way. I used to think, okay, if they buy me this, they really must love and care for me. But think about it. If you have the money to spare, you probably won't really care how much you spend depending on what it is. I mean, you can buy somebody a Coke every single day, but that doesn't mean you really care and love them, especially if you're all doing it for each other. That's just a kindness. I really wouldn't say that is somebody's action mistaken for, their true feelings for you. Because again, anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. So it is probably the biggest mistake for us as people to make when it comes to somebody's true feelings for you. Time, people. Time, because that's something you can't get back. Money, that's why we work. We work to get it and to get it again, to do what we need to do over and over again. Pay bills, support and provide for our family and ourselves and all that other good stuff. But time is something you cannot get back. I always mention me, I always will, even if I'm not doing it. We as people are very selfish. We rather spend our time on our phone, social media, watching these shows, and we have our kids that's just calling out our names over and over again, and we're so locked into whatever we're watching or whatever we're scrolling through on our phones, and we don't even hear them. Trust me, I've seen it happen. If you're not a person who does it, it is pretty traumatizing to see a beautiful little child having to call their parent over and over again, and they don't even hear them. it's pretty traumatizing. It is. And it'll break your heart. It will. But anyways, time is something you can't get back, okay? And I am a selfish person with my time. That's why I make the sacrifice to wake up and do what I do. And that's why when I'm tired and I still want to do something that's for me, I'll still do it. And yes, I've had to pay the consequences. And yes, I'm still paying the consequences. But again, we have 24 hours in a day. And I like to make sure that most of that time is spent correctly and beneficial to not only myself, but to those around me. So actions speak louder than words, damn it. Enough with the dramatics, people. After we know a person was in a harmful situation that we could have prevented, enough with the dramatics. Enough with the enough with the you should have waited, or how come you didn't do this, or you shouldn't have done that, or that was dangerous. Enough of that, okay? Enough of that. Because if you could have prevented them, why didn't you? And I know there's sometimes nothing we can do when a person is in a harmful situation. I get it, okay? I'm not ruling that out because I know that also happens as well. But if you're a person who has what they need in order to prevent a person that you say you care about, to prevent them from being in harmful, dangerous situations, don't sit there and be so dramatic about it. Don't sit there and act like you care so much when you could have took action to do what you needed to do. I also have another story I want to share real quick. A guy was in a relationship, right? And I know it's weird, but just flip it if you don't. When it comes to men, it's always seemed less harmful, but this is how it went. He got a flat, right? And he didn't have no spare tire or nothing like that. And he was in a relationship, and he called homegirl who had a dad that he has tires, he has his own shop or whatever. Yes, it was early in the morning, but again, he called over and over. And you would think, you see your phone and you see boyfriend with a heart, hubby, whatever you have in your phone for your significant other. Well, after a while, she finally answered it. She told him, it's not funny, people. It's not. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's the way he said it. But she told him, I don't know what to do. Even knowing that she has a dad who has spare tires, who probably would have been more than happy to help him. There was no animosity between her dad and him. She straight up just told him, I don't know what to tell you. So he took it amongst himself just to call her dad himself. And respectfully, he called her first because more than likely he's going to answer to his daughter at that, time, 3 o'clock in the morning. But she told him, I don't know what to tell you. Come on. Then after the fact, when she's up and alert, she wants to call him over and over to see if he's okay. No. Don't be so dramatic about it, people. Actions speak louder than words. Don't get manipulated. Don't get sabotaged. Don't let people drive you crazy with their actions being so far from their words. Don't let that be you, because that used to be me. Mind, muscle, spirit, motivation. Like, share, subscribe. Again, like, share, subscribe. Let's continue to get better together forever. Hey, this is no judgment on anybody. This is just simple facts that happen to us as people in life. We have to look past certain things, and we have to accept people and things as they are, because that's just the truth. Until next time, hey, we out. Peace.